Now back to the morning show.
Live on KQ92.
It's 8:31 now, 29 minutes until 9 o'clock at KQRS. In a half hour, Dave Mordahl joins us, or as Jay Moore calls him, Dave Mordahl. As a sober person, we'll ask Dave if he's ever been so hammered he didn't realize a dog was chewing his big toe off. Dave and the report at 9 o'clock this morning. I was like talking to Dave.
My toe's gone.
My toe's gone. My toe. Yeah, it was good for him. Turned out that guy had diabetes and probably would have died if the dog hadn't bitten his toe off. As relationships go, booty calls don't get the most respect, but at least they're getting researched. A new study finds that booty call relationships, late-night calls to arrange a sexual rendezvous, are marked by less emotion than long-term partnerships, but more sexual variety than one-night stands. The study, led by Peter Jonason, then a psychologist at the University of West Florida, surveyed almost 300 college students who had been in a variety of relationships over the past year. Cass, didn't your daughter go to the University of West Florida?
No, she went to Florida Gulf Coast.
Oh, Florida Gulf Coast. There you go. But yeah. The University of West Florida is right over there, isn't it?
I think it's in Tampa.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah. The results showed that booty calls mix the sexual and the emotional, but are distinct from either one-night stands or committed relationships. Booty call was a hybrid, said Jonason, who is now a professor at the University of South Alabama. We positioned it mostly in the middle of sexual and romantic relationships, but we positioned it mostly on the side of sex. So here's the deal. Take the call. UrbanDictionary.com, an online encyclopedia of slang, defines booty call as a late-night summons, often made via telephone, to arrange clandestine sexual liaisons on an ad hoc basis. Warning to the curious, that definition is one of the more family-friendly entries on this site. Okay. Most college students today have at least a passing familiarity with the term, but few researchers have investigated what makes up these relationships. To find out, Jonason said his colleagues used a psychology department website to recruit 123 college students who had been in a booty call relationship in the previous year. For comparison purposes, the researchers also recruited 97 students who had been in committed relationships in the past year and 69 students who had experienced one-night stands in the past year.
69.
See the pause there? That is production value is what that is. I mean, come on. If you know what I'm saying. A little quality control center, a little throttle me Bill. He's got a guy on the phone with a booty call gone way wrong.
Yes, sir. That's Jake in Minneapolis.
Jake?
Hey.
How are you, sir?
I'm okay.
Just okay.
I was dating this chick who went on vacation, so I thought it'd be the perfect time to invite a coworker of mine from North Minneapolis over to the house. And I told her, tell me what you want to drink, and I'll go pick it up. And it was some ghetto whiskey. I don't know what it was.
Oh, man. Old Black Joe sipping the whiskey.
Yeah. So she gets there. I start drinking, and I don't stop. She's sipping. I pass out. I wake up, and my car's gone. She's gone. I start panicking, thinking, all hell's going to break loose. And I go back to the bottle. I try to finish that off. I wake up again. She's back and tells me she went to her boyfriend's house because she got bored when I was sleeping.
Wow. That's wonderful.
After all the liquor gone.
Did you ever get to tap that?
No.
Oh. No.
No, ruined the mood when she stole my car.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. No question about it. So, you'll probably never do that again?
No. Right. At least not, North Minneapolis girl. No.
Oh, man.
Thank you,
be
Jake.
like that.
Guy's trying to get a little brown sugar and just doesn't work out, Philly.
Hey.
Do you think that was code for prostitute?
No.
Okay.
No, I do not. Nope. The team found that overall emotional acts were less common in booty call relationships compared with serious long-term relationships. On the other hand, sex acts were more common in booty call relationships than in one-night stands. Probably because the reoccurring nature of booty calls means more time for trying new things. Researchers suspect it's unlikely that a guy and a girl who meet at a nightclub tonight are going to go home and play, let's say, dress up. Jonason said, if they try something freaky, they may lose all chance of a sexual encounter with the other person. Surprisingly, he said, people who'd been in one-night stands reported more emotional acts than sexual acts, much like people in long-term relationships. The finding could be a result of the small sample size or due to the revved-up nature of one-night stands. Emotional acts like kissing and hand-holding function as foreplay and act to escalate the relationship in a very quick fashion to sex. Jonason said, you have to get from 0 to 60 in a really short time. Some of Jonason's other research suggests that booty call relationships often end with one partner when one partner pushes the other for something more committed than casual sex. Avoiding conversation and leaving right after sex can prevent those emotional bonds from forming.
Bark like a dog for me.
Yeah, so before you even get to that, it's just up and at 'em. The negotiation of the sexes. Studying booty calls might seem frivolous, Jonason said, but they're a common part of the human experience that is often neglected in favor of studying long-term relationships or one-night stands. Most people think of relationships as pre-existing phenomena, like a cookie cutout, he said. Not every relationship is like a cookie cutout. There's a whole range of possible relationship types that individuals can engage in. Each relationship is negotiated. Studying those negotiations can shed light on what makes a relationship healthy. These studies can also help us understand how the genders approach relationships and sex, said Elaine Hatfield, a professor of psychology at the University of Hawaii who was not involved in the study. The prevailing question, she said, is whether relationship behaviors are largely socially constructed or driven by evolutionary forces. That's a question that will require more than snapshot-style studies to answer. In other words, give us more research money. It's time to bring...
I'd like to spank you sometime.
There's the booty call. It was 1 o'clock this morning.
Well, I've got booty calls on all of you.
Well, I'm sure you do.
Oh, sure.
Have you heard this one? I don't know if you heard the booty call. Sorry, I've been tapping your phones.
And I'm looking for a white male nurse. No, I'm not the white man's bitch.
I wasn't expecting it.
No.
I'm not the white man, bitch.
What are you laughing at, Tom?
I want you in my blank.
I mean, my mind.
That sounds just like Catherine right there.
Was that a prostitute?
Where did you get Catherine's voice?
I'd like a wiener, don't you know?
How about even anal?
Yeah.
And
Look at my schnitzel.
You got her all covered.
You too.
I wanted one of Bryce, but I don't have a phone call of him calling himself.
exactly, that's be a little difficult.
I would think you'd have 1 million of him.
They all go something like this.
Exactly.
Just cut up the nut liquor.
Yeah, that voice is the creepiest voice I've ever heard, the nut liquor.
It's Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
It's really creepy. We'll be back in just 60 seconds after this word from Arthur's Jewelers. Another person has called 911 for a non-emergency. We'll tell you why a lonely woman called 911 in just 60 seconds at KQ.